Before we get into this episode, I wanted to do a bit of a trigger warning. I do discuss some stories of physical and verbal abuse in this episode. It's not the entire episode, there's just one portion of it, which I do like a little warning for that as well. But I just wanted to put it in the beginning of the episode for those of you who would not want to listen to this episode. If so, I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Hi guys, it's Dustin and welcome back to the Park Your Butt podcast. Thank you so much for parking your butt with me. I am back with a microphone, sock, and a dream. First off, let's talk about the upgrades. Let's talk about the rebrand. Not even a rebrand, it's more so I actually took the time to make this podcast a bit better. But because I started out this podcast on a whim. I just randomly decided one week I'm starting a podcast. I did it. And then I kind of just did it. Like I kind of just hit record and started, and I didn't really have the time to, get an intro made, get a little outro, get a little theme going. Like I barely even had a profile picture until a month in. No, I didn't have a profile picture until a month in. So yeah, I think it was hard because obviously I start the podcast, I post on a weekly basis. Where is the time to actually upgrade the podcast? You know what I mean? Because if I'm posting every week, there's not really any in-between time to like work on other stuff because I already have, a whole nother life where I actually have to like, my job and just other life things that it entails. And, you know what I mean? Because I don't make money off this podcast. If y'all know damn well, y'all know, if you guys have been part of the Park Your Butt gang for that long, I don't make money from this podcast, okay? Like, I've made a little bit of money because for my YouTube watchers out there, shout out to my YouTube video watchers, I make a little bit of money from the AdSense, which has already gotten spent on getting I used the money to pay literally $50. Like literally, I haven't made that much money from this podcast, literally from the AdSense. I used that $50 to give some money to my friend Amber to make the claymation, the stop motion and the clay figure for the podcast, which honestly, I don't even think that's enough money to like pay someone to do that. But since she's, my bestie, she's willing to do it. And yeah, I'm really grateful for her. So I guess that being said, let's just get into everything. So first off, I would like to give credit and shout outs to the people who helped with my intro. First, a shout out my friend Amber. If you guys watch my YouTube videos, you guys know who Amber is. She's one of my best friends since high school. Known her for years. Great, talented human being. She's a multimedia artist, so she mainly does like paintings and oil paintings, but she also does like sculptures and stuff like that. So she made me a little figurine of me, and she did the stop motion for it as well. And all that's her, y'all. All that is her. Shout out Amber. Credit to Amber. All the graphics, the background with like the green and the palm trees and stuff like that, along with the Park Your Butt title at the end of the intro. That credits to Musa. Okay, shout out Musa. He did all that. He did the title logo. He did all that animatic stuff. I actually met him because I did a meetup in London, and that's how I know him. And he came to that, and we all hung out and had a picnic and stuff like that. And he is studying animation. And then he reached out to me because he listens to the podcast. So hi, Musa. Thank you so much. He reached out to me and was like, hey, like, I'm so willing to like draw this for you and do this for you if you would like. And I was like, hell yeah, that is so nice. Yes, please. Thank you. And he did it. And he's such a talented guy. So shout out Musa. Yeah, so he worked with me to do the little animated background along with the title logo, along with the end screen. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love the end screen. So if anything, if you guys are not going to listen to this entire podcast, and if you guys are not a YouTube watcher, come over to YouTube and look at the end screen. There's going to be an end screen that thanks my patrons. I'm going to start doing that now. We're at the end of each podcast. At the end, it will shout out all my patrons on this title screen, and it's like this image sketch doodle thing of it's supposed to be a license plate. And it's green and it's so cute. It's so cute. Y'all will see it. Y'all will see it. It's so cute. I love it so much. Perfectly on brand for the Park Your Butt theme. And yeah, also the claymation is so perfectly on brand for the Park Your Butt theme. If you guys are watching the video, here is the clay figurine that Amber made me. He's wearing a new outfit though. He has a brown long sleeve and some blue jeans on. She completed it because in the stop motion, the body is actually not made. It's just the top half, and the body isn't even made. It's wire to make the stop motion. So really, the only thing that was made in the stop motion was the clay head. And then she finally this week. It took her a while to do, because she just was so busy. She's also a recent grad, so congrats, Amber. She finally gave this to me this week, and she made it so this clay figure could like sit on my bookshelf. So in each episode, you guys can see him sitting there, our little Park Your Butt mascot, aka me. And then up here is the little clay. Here, let me just show you guys up close. Why am I not picking it up and showing you guys? Okay, this is the clay car that she made. It's only half a car because it was only for the stop motion. But yeah, it's a little red convertible, which my dream car is a convertible. And then let me show you guys I'm so sorry, my audio listeners. Like, at this point, y'all should be watching the video. Like, come on. This is the little clay figure. Isn't he? Thumbnail. Thumbnail time. Isn't he so cute? He's so cute. He's a little bit like wonky. He's a little bit creepy looking, but that's kind of like the quirky appeal of it. You know, that's why it's charming. I love him so much. He's so cute. So cute. And he like just perfectly sits on my bookshelf. So catch him in every little episode. Maybe I'll dress him in different ways. I don't freaking know. He is delicate. He's completely made out of clay, so he's not really moldable. But maybe I can like paint him in different ways or add a little hat on him or something for different occasions. I don't know yet. But and then lastly, who I need to shout out is for the intro music. Do you guys like the intro music? Isn't it so adorable? And that was made by my dear friend Mikey. And if you guys don't know who Mikey is, clearly y'all are new. Clearly y'all are new to the Dustin community, okay? Because me and Mikey go back before I even knew Mikey. And so back in high school, I discovered, I don't even know if I want to get into the details of all this. You know what? I'm not going to get into the details of all that, of how I discovered him and everything. I will. Why not? Honestly, this podcast is going to be a little bit short, just forewarning, because I'm literally going to the lake in approximately 40 minutes. So let me do a little speed run of this. But basically, Mikey was in a Jubilee video, saw him in the Jubilee video. He sang in it, loved his voice, checked out his Spotify, found his song, Was It Something I Said? Okay. And if you guys know Was It Something I Said? I love that song. One of my top favorite songs. He made that song, and I made that song my outro. My YouTube outro for the longest time was Mikey's Was It Something. If you guys don't know, it's Was It Something I Said? Ooh, that vibe. I don't know if once I mix this audio, if that's going to even sound good, but sorry about your ears, guys. And then it got copyrighted. All my videos got copyrighted, and I was like, oh my god, no. Like, so many of my videos got copyrighted. After a while, too, because at first it wasn't getting copyrighted. So then got copyrighted. I posted on my story, guys, I'm going to have to change my outro music because it got copyrighted. He responds to that story and is like, follows me. First of all, he follows me and he's like, hey, let's try to get these copyrights removed. It ended up not working out because it was just going to be a lot of work, and he was so kind. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to put you through this, Mikey. Okay, it's fine. I'll just mute the audio and I'll cover your song. So I end up covering his song. For a long time there, the outro of my song was a cover of his song. Like, my outro song was a cover that I made to his song. So that's the lore. Anyways, we're friends now. And I just reached out to him because I wanted like a very cutesy song. I wanted something that was, if you guys don't know, I love animation. Like, I love cartoons. I would say that's like, that's like the nerdy side of me, whatever. I grew up on cartoons. Adventure Time was my shit. Steven Universe is one of my top favorite shows ever. I love that show. I'm actually rewatching that show right now with my significant other right now. So that's a special time. And I love Steven Universe's music. Like, I just love Cartoon Network's music. I think it's just so beautiful. Shout out Rebecca Sugar. Like, she is that girl. She's that girl. So I wanted a song that kind of emulates a cartoon. I want it to be like a cartoon theme. So, and Mikey, I know he loves cartoons. I know he loves animation as well. He's also an incredible, not only music artist, but like actual like artist. Like he draws and he also animates, and he's so talented. Like I'm obsessed with him as a person. He's just so cool. So I knew he knew the vibes, and I was scared because I'm not the type of person that likes to like reach out to friends for favors because I just feel bad, especially when I don't have a lot of money. Like I don't have a lot of money to like pay people. You know what I mean? I just don't. Guys, this podcast ain't that big, okay? I'm gonna get into that later. I'm gonna get into money stuff later, but like I just don't have budget for that. And a thing about the creative community is that everyone is so willing to just be kind and like do favors for people and do this little stuff for people, but I just feel so incredibly bad about doing that because I just feel like I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of them, even though these are my friends and I know it's not that. But I just feel bad. Like I want to wait till I have at least some money to pay them. Granted, that could be like 50 or $100, but I feel bad. And obviously money's tight right now. I don't have a lot of money. Like that's why like Musa was so kind enough to just do it for free. Like he literally just did it for free. And he said he just needed to like experience for his like school or something like that. And even Mikey, like I offered like, I don't have that much money, but I'll give you some money after he sent me that. But the creative community is so nice. Not all of the creative community, but at least some my friends are so sweet. And oh my God, it's so hot. I'm sweating my ass off right now. It's like 100 degrees in Sacramento right now. Anyway, so back to the music. He knew what's up. Like I told him, this is the guideline. This is basically what I said. I would love something that is kind of like a cartoon theme, something like Adventure Time, Steven Universe-esque. I sent him 2 references from Steven Universe soundtrack. Not like the actual music, but more so like the background music in Steven Universe. It was like Greg's theme or something like that, and Night Drive or something like that. Something like that was the song reference I sent him. And I was like, maybe something like video game-esque, like a little 8-bit. I don't know, something very Cartoon Network. You know what's up. Like I also in his music, he references like a lot of these sounds as well. So I already knew he probably had a lot of the sounds saved already. So I was like, that's what I want. I want it to sound like cartoon theme. And I think he delivered it perfectly. Literally, no joke, sent me that within an hour. I gave him the guide. I was like, this is kind of what I want. Sent me it within an hour. And I was like, oh, my headphones. I was so shook up that my freaking headphones just flew off. And I love it. I was like, I love this. Thank you so much. And yeah, so that's how we got the theme. Isn't it so cute? I love it so much. It's so cute. So Adventure Time, so Steven Universe, so Cartoon Network. Like that is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, so then I edited the intro myself. Like just it was a quick little edit, had to color correct a little bit. And yeah, and then I added a little beep sound because when he sent it to me, I did tell him about the V, like I would love to make it sound like a cassette tape is going in, because one of you guys actually suggested that because since this whole theme is like cars and driving, one of you guys suggested it should like have a cassette thing, as if you're like putting a cassette into a car, and I was like, I fucking love that. So he put that in, and then I added the little car honks at the end because I was like, park your butt. It's called Park Your Butt. So that is the intro, and that's how the intro got made. And then you guys will see the little outro thanking my patrons, which I guess we'll get into our little patron segment. If you guys would like, subscribe to my Patreon every week. Well, actually, this past month when I was taking my break, I did not, but I did post some bonus videos. But every week now, now that the podcast is back, I will post a 30-minute bonus video every week along with the main episode. So yeah, if you guys want more of Parker Butt, I post a 30-minute episode extended every single week along with like bonus videos and random stuff like that. And it's also just to show this podcast and me extra support, because like I said, we don't make money off this podcast. Like literally, this is ran and supported through you guys, and I appreciate all my patrons a lot. And another perk now is that you'll get your name will be displayed at the end of each podcast, so that's cute. And yeah, that's a little Patreon plug. Also, there's bonus videos on there, and also there's already a ton of bonus extended episodes on there because I've been doing that. So there's like at least 16. Actually, there's even more than 16 because I recorded a few podcasts before that on Patreon. Let's get into the actual points of the episode. it's so nice to be back. The month off I took break was so nice. I really needed it. And that month also was just like so chaotic. I went to Chicago for a brand trip. I had so much work to do. I was also just going through a crisis and like a career crisis and like a quarter life crisis vibe and some things to talk about. I'm first going to talk about the bad stuff because I want to end this podcast on a good note, and then we'll get into the good stuff. All right. Also, this is like my birthday episode. So happy birthday to me. Yeah, my birthday is May 29th, and it was like a bit of an underwhelming year, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. Like maybe I'll talk more about it next week when I have a little bit more time on my hands, but I just feel like I didn't feel it this year. You know, like I didn't feel much this year about turning 23. It was a bit underwhelming. I'm not sure why. I feel like it's because I've just gone through some things this year, and I also have nothing like to correlate 23 with. Every single year I try to correlate my birthday with something. So like 21 is like, oh, I'm 21, I can go out, I can drink. 22, I went backpacking around the world. 23, I don't really know. I didn't really have anything planned out. I'll talk more about it later in this episode, but I want to talk about my outfit real quick. I'm wearing this cute little lacy shirt and this crown, this birthday crown that I made. I made it all myself. It's so cute. I got fabric and sewed it together, and I glued on a bunch of buttons and bejewels, and yeah, this is my little birthday crown because I've been seeing a lot of people have birthday crowns lately, and I wanted to make one myself. And what's really cool is that all the materials are made from this secondhand craft store, so everything's like kind of recycled, which is sick, and I love it. It turned out so adorable, and I think I'm gonna try to make one every year because it's just such a cute thing. And I actually made crowns for my friends as well. So when I had my little birthday celebration, we all wore them, and it was really adorable. It was really cute, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm playing dress up right now, which makes me feel really happy. And yeah, so first of all, let's get into some bad stuff. I have been really going through it, and I almost was going to delay this episode even more, which I already delayed it a week. I was supposed to be back last week, but I just decided I'm going to just try to film this one because I think a episode is better than no episode. I have just been going through a lot. I have been going through like a career crisis. I just am not growing as much as I'd like, and I'm kind of tight with money right now, and like kind of like I don't know, like I'm not in a comfortable spot that I'd like to be. And I've been working my ass off too. Like I've been posting videos, I've been like trying to connect with people, and like I've been working my ass off. And yeah, so I'm kind of just like in hustle mode right now, and I can't not be in hustle mode. Like I keep thinking about being in hustle mode, and like I don't know, and it's making me kind of not feel very present, which is a thing I actually journal about when I was reflecting on my year this past year for my birthday, because I like to reflect a lot during my birthday. It's a very like reflective time for me, so I always like to journal and just like reflect on the year, on the wins, on the losses, what I want for the new year. Just because I think birthdays are just such a special time for that, and I usually get really emotional on birthdays. So yeah, it's getting better, and I'm trying to be grateful and present because I feel like all this hustling and stuff and all this hard work I've been doing, it's kind of taken me out of my life, out of me being present in my life and like being like grateful for the things I have, and like taking the time to spend time with friends, like practice gratitude with like the people in my life. Instead, I keep on being like, no, I have to work. Like, sorry guys, I can't hang out after work. Oh, sorry, I can't call right now, I have to work. And that's the thing I've been dealing with a lot. And also, another thing is I live in a really toxic household, which I think I might just make a whole YouTube video about this depending on how life pans out. But I live in a very toxic household. I grew up in a house where my mom is very unstable emotionally. She has anger management issues, and just is not a person that you can talk to and like have civil conversation with. Like she's just the type that's like will yell, will get mad, over anything. And that's the house I grew up in. I grew up in a very physically and verbally abusive house. And I knew going in, like, because I lived in LA for the past few years, I knew moving back home, this was going to be like a potential con. But I thought I could deal with it. And now, being where I am now, a year, well, technically a year moving back, I've learned I can't. I don't know. I just thought things changed and things have changed a bit. Like, it's not like physically abusive anymore, but also trigger warning, I guess. But it hasn't changed enough. It hasn't changed enough. There's like on a monthly routine basis, like there will be chaos in my house, there will be yelling, and even if it's not directed towards me, it will affect me and ruin my day. And like I just get tired and I can't do anything. And it's like I think my body, like psychologically, I like get triggered just hearing my mom's voice raise, and then tears will just trigger for me. Like automatically, even if it's not directed towards me, if I hear my mom's voice at a certain cadence, my eyes just start watering. It's crazy. And also another thing, I can't cry unless it's like that, unless it's from my parents or like a superior. I physically cannot cry. And I'm not going to get too deep in this, but it's because growing up, when we were getting physically abused, wow, I'm getting like really, this might be so triggering for some of you guys, and I apologize, but this is something I just had to think about today, was dealing with today. We would get physically abused, and of course, as children, we would cry because we're in pain. And oh my god, I can't believe I'm sharing this online. This is usually something I would share on Patreon. So I guess you guys are getting a little snippet about what I would share on Patreon. But we would cry. And my mom would be like, "Why are you crying?" Yelling at us. "Why are you crying?" And she would count down to 3. And if we did not stop crying, we would get hit again. And that is why I cannot cry. Oh, yeah. So that was a little piece of my childhood. And this is, oh my god, I feel very vulnerable right now because I share this with my friends, like, willy-nilly. Like, I do not care. In person, I will share this. Like, I don't care. But there's something about the internet where I've built this brand for myself that, like, I just live like a very aesthetic, happy life. That I've never really shared this stuff before. I've maybe briefly mentioned it. But yeah, so that's kind of like my childhood. And I'm back in the house. And I thought being an adult back in the house would be better. It's better, I guess, but it's not great. I still feel the, mental health declining. When I was in LA, I didn't cry a single time. Like, I was not like mentally declined in this way when I lived alone. So I'm realizing, like, I don't think, like, I knew I'd have to sacrifice some of my mental health. But I just realized this is not worth it for me. So that all being said, I had like a little bit of a tiff with my mom this morning, and I think I'm just gonna move out. Because I think technically I'm getting kicked out, low key. Because the thing is, like, she always says things, but then like backpedals and doesn't mean it. But I'm the type that, like, I will take it for word and I'll do it, and then she'll like regret it a little bit. And usually I just ignore. I'll ignore. That's what I've been doing since I lived here. I just ignore. I leave the house a lot. I just ignore. But it's just like not working. So I think I'm gonna move out. I don't know if like maybe by the end of the month, even though that's like a bit like very fast, but if I have to, I'll do what I have to do, and I'm gonna move out at the end of the month. If not by the end of summer, at least that's the plan. That's the vibe. We'll see what actually happens. I didn't want to move out right now because I would have liked to saved up a little bit more to move out. Just because I'm the type, like, I have money. I just like to be a bit more comfortable. just for safety, you know? And I know some people like to live like, not like to live, like they don't choose to fucking live this way, but there's a lot of young people my age and people I'm friends with, they live like paycheck to paycheck and they kind of are still vibing. And personally, I just would not be able to vibe with that. Like I need a lot of safety. I need a lot of money so I can be good for like at least the next 5 years. Like I know a lot of people are like, as long as I'm good for the next 6 months. No, me, I'm like, I need to be good for the next 5 years. I've decided I think I'm just gonna I have to like just do this and we'll see what happens. I don't know where life will take me, but I think I'm gonna move. You know, financially, I wish I was more stable. Being a creative freelancer, like it's kind of like harder and just like a literally I'm a musician as well, but y'all, I have spent more money making music than I have from what actually I made on music. So yeah, that's gonna happen. That's the thing I dealt with this morning, and it was just really killing my vibe. And I just wanted to kind of have a heart to heart with you guys and just genuinely be so transparent with you guys of what's happening. Be moving. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know if I'm thinking about San Francisco, but I'm getting the opinions of people right now. Literally, I was dealing with all this week. Like this morning, I left the house and then I started going on Facebook Marketplace trying to find a room for rent. And I was thinking about San Francisco because it's only 2 hours away and it's a place I've always thought about living at. But now I'm getting, I was asking my friends who have lived in San Francisco before their opinions on it. And I don't know, maybe I'll end up back in LA. I don't know. I'm a little bit lost right now. I don't know what's happening. It's a bit chaotic. And yeah, now I'm thinking like I might just financially, like I'm gonna probably have to get another job. If not, I'm going to have to like post my YouTube videos on Patreon exclusively. So that might be a thing that's happening. Cause I know AJ does that. AJ, the person who reacts to music, she does that where she just posts most of her videos exclusively on Patreon. And that's the thing that I might have to do. At least like a lot, like some of my videos. Like I'm going to have to, any video that's not sponsored by a brand, I'm probably gonna maybe have to shift to Patreon and just post it onto Patreon, which really sucks because I want everyone to have access to it. But like at this point, it's kind of like, how am I gonna live? You know what I mean? So yeah, and I just do not have the time to post even more content on Patreon than I already do. Like I post the weekly podcast, I post a bonus video here and there. Like I really do not have, I only have so much time to edit. And I do everything by myself. I record by myself. I edit by myself. I mix the audio by myself. I'm getting all these graphics by myself. I'm drawing a lot of my graphics actually too. And like, you know, I have to do everything myself. It takes up my entire life. And it's just a thing I think I have to do, especially with like my YouTube view, like my YouTube community, I think has gotten a lot smaller. So it's kind of just, it's like, I don't know. These are just things I'm throwing out there that might potentially happen. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. And I just wanted to be transparent with you guys about that. So moving on, let's end off this podcast on a good note. Okay. We're going to end off on what I did more about my birthday. I had a bunch of other points to talk about, but that's just going to be moved on to the next episode. So I will catch up more with you guys next week on like what I did this past month, my Chicago trip, everything I will catch up with you guys next episode. But we don't got time today. Literally, Ella is on her way. And we'll be here in literally like 15 minutes. So I gotta wrap this up. But I also didn't even eat lunch. I literally skipped lunch so I could record this for you guys because I knew if I don't record it today, I might not get an episode out this week. Yeah. Back to my birthday. So for my birthday, I ended up going to... So originally, I wanted to go to Big Sur. Like, I was like, guys, let's do a day trip to Big Sur because I've been on my granola national park shit. Like, I want to explore more of California. I want to go to more national parks. I want to be in nature. I want to be on my granola shit. I want to hike. So I text my friends. I'm like, guys, let's go to Big Sur. And then I find out Big Sur's 4 hours away. I didn't know it was that far. I just thought Big Sur was like in the Bay Area, kind of near Monterey. So I was like, oh, Monterey's only like 2 hours away. So Big Sur is probably like 2 hours away. Nah, that's 4 hours. So we had to scrap Big Sur. Then we were like, okay, Yosemite. We decide, of course, to go to Yosemite the day where you need reservations because it's Memorial Weekend. We did not know that we needed reservations because obviously you need reservations to camp, but we were just going in for a day trip. We were just going to like go on hikes and stuff. You need a reservation. So we did not have that. So then I had a brainstorm literally the night before. We decided on Point Reyes. Well, I decided on Point Reyes because I've never been there. So we spent my birthday going to Point Reyes, and it was a really good time. Honestly, it was beautiful. It was on the ocean. We also went to the lighthouse, so that was quite a bit of a hike. And we had a little picnic. We stopped by Trader Joe's, had a little picnic on the cliffside at like on this cliffside near the lighthouse on Point Reyes, and it was like gorgeous actually. Like it was a little bit dangerous, honestly, how we were on a cliffside, but yeah, the ocean was there. You could hear the seals. There was a ton of fucking wind that day, which sucked. But the picnic spot was like blocked off by this like hill. So we were in the perfect spot where there was no wind, and it was actually really beautiful and nice. And then there was a deer that popped up. Anyway, that's what we did. We bought a little Trader Joe's cheesecake as my cake. I put candles in it, but it was a bit too windy to like blow them out, so we couldn't really light them, so we just like pretended. And then we went to the lighthouse, and it was really beautiful and fun, and my friends got to meet my significant other for the first time. And I'll talk more about that in the bonus episode about how that went down, but spoiler alert, it was great. And that's pretty much what I did for my birthday. And yeah, I got a few gifts as well, which I'm not used to because I usually don't get gifts for my birthday. This is not a thing that really happens. Usually I get like cards, which I love. I love a birthday card. I keep all my birthday cards in my memory boxes. And yeah, overall it was a really nice birthday. It was the first time I had a birthday with a significant other, and I don't know, it was really, really nice. That day was really nice, and overall couldn't have asked for much more. Like, it was just beautiful, genuinely beautiful. I wanted to quickly reflect on 22. I wrote out while I was journaling, like just some key things that I think defined my 22, and I wanted to share it with you guys in my journal, which I also just finished my journal, finally. God, I can start my summer journal now. I'm also thinking about getting the Paper Republic journal, the leather one. It looks so beautiful, and it's way cheaper than the Louis Carmen one. If you guys have the Paper Republic journal, let me know. I probably won't get it for a while because I literally just bought this moleskin one for the summer, so I don't want to waste money and buy another journal when I have a perfectly good one. Or unless I can put that journal, it's a hardcover though, into the Paper Republic one. Let me know if I can do that, but I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be softcover. Anyway, so reflection. So things that defined my 22. I traveled the world with just a backpack. I went to Italy, France, the UK, Vietnam, Japan, Bali, Thailand, Australia, and then I traveled more in the US. I went to Hawaii, Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Monterey, Point Reyes, and Chicago twice. I went to Chicago twice. I got invited to the movie film festival, which was so fun, and I'll talk more about that next week. I fell in love. That sounds like Henry Golding, Crazy Rich Asians. Fell in love and got into my first relationship. Okay, this is crazy after just writing my first relationship, but I experienced a quote-unquote before sunrise type date in Florence, which ended in a summer fling heartbreak. I wrote the good and bad things for this reflection because I wanted to be truthful, and these were things that did define my 22nd year, and that was like a big chapter in my life, so I had to write that. I spent Halloween at Berkeley and went to my first frat party. I spent more time in nature. I made new close friends. I started climbing, which is crazy that I started climbing this year, like officially, and achieved an orange level. I saw lots of live music. I went to the Sweat Tour. I saw Wasia Project. I saw Conan Gray. I went to Coachella. And I had a career crisis, still having, honestly. And living back home in Sac. This was my 22nd year was spent living back home in Sacramento and exploring more of my hometown. So I found more new staples of my hometown. I think that's a big thing I learned this year is that like, oh, there's actually a lot of cool things in Sacramento and there's actually so much more for me to explore. So yeah, those are some things that defined my 22. And what I want from 23, I think I'm just actually going to keep that to myself. Sorry about it, guys. Got to keep my 23 to myself. And now we're going to do a quick getting deep in the passenger seat segment. If you guys do not know, this is the segment where I answer your guys' questions and give you guys any advice on anything. And you guys can just message me anywhere, Instagram DMs, these YouTube comments, Spotify comments, and I'll answer your questions in this segment. We only have one for today because, short episode. And also I prioritize my patrons. So if they ask a question, they'll go first. This is from Tim. Hi, Dustin. Question for the podcast. What are your most anticipated media for the summer? Any movies, albums, shows, etc.? So, album-wise, there's so many albums. Lord's album, of course. Billy Martin's album. Duh. I guess I'm interested in Conan Gray's album. It's just like, I've kind of outgrown his music a little bit, personally. What other albums are coming out soon that I'm like really excited about? Those are like the main ones that I can. Oh, Addison Rae. Hydrated. Yeah, Addison Rae. Faux show. And I guess this is. No. I was gonna say this could be media, but whatever. Yeah, those are some albums. Olivia Dean, I think, is releasing an album soon. I'm excited about that. Yeah, as for other movies, I don't know a lot of the movies that are coming out soon. Genuinely, I haven't been keeping up with movies a lot, but I know Fantastic Four is coming out, and I would like to watch that. But yeah, those are some like anticipated media. Can't really think of anything else right now. Ella just texted me that she's here, so quick on Ox this week. Sailor. Been loving Sailor. She is great. She's R&B, Vietnamese. Been obsessed with Sailor and her music. And also obsessed with Vanilla Mace. Watched all her YouTube vlogs, like been binging her podcast, like Vanilla Mace. And that is what's on Ox this week. Thank you guys so much for parking your butt with me this week. I will hopefully see you guys next week for a less chaotic episode, a more put together episode. This is definitely an interesting way to make a comeback, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey. Okay, I gotta go get Ella in here now, but thank you guys so much for listening. I genuinely love you guys so much and appreciate the support, and hopefully this episode is fine. I think I said a lot in this episode that I wasn't expecting to say, but you know what, bada bing bada boom, it's been done. Okay, bye guys.